Hi, it's Agnes, and today another viewer request. This is from Jose Gregoria Zapata. I love that name. Now, Jose has asked, can you do a YouTube on unconditional happiness? Because it's very easy to feel disappointed about what we see in our physical reality. Yeah, it is. It is. And, so much happens around the world, in our own personal lives, in the lives of those we love. And yeah, it is easy to get caught on what we see in physical reality. I think what really has helped me is remembering that I can influence that which is in my own life and then project it out into a wider circle. And I can do that through having a really good sense of self love, as I've spoken about many times before, but then also using that self love to project out to those around me and then extend it out further. And whether you hear something on the news of a disaster, which we've heard a lot of lately, or also, what just happens in people's lives that whether they are where you are in the country you're in or overseas, we all get affected emotionally. So, getting as secure as you can and as self assured as you can within your own self, within your own vibration, that you are confident, grounded, and that you put some effort into maintaining that. Because as you know, it's easy to say those words, but it is harder to maintain those states of being. So I find just saying, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender, that if I have any stress going on within my body, within my mind, within my heart, in my emotions, remembering to say, I surrender and I let go, that helps enormously. And then you can get back to your self-loving feeling. Also, it's watching our self-talk, what we say to ourselves, as we move around our day, even when we're at work, when we are with other people, and to really keep in check what we've got going on in here, because this is the thing that then generates emotion. Thoughts are the language of the mind, emotions are the feeling of the body. So to get this straight, meaning focused on good things, and that does require shutting out a lot of stuff externally and unplugging from it. I mean, I know that watching crime shows isn't particularly good for me, even though I love Criminal Minds and I love CSI and I love, the only one I probably watch these days is NCIS because it's not as graphic. But watching all that stuff and you're focused on this for an hour and then you go to bed and you take that into sleep with you, that then has the ability to generate and create. Now, I'm not willing to generate and create any of that stuff because, as we know, it's not very pleasant or lovely kind of visuals or information that you want to know about the world. So even though we know it's there and we know it exists, doesn't mean you have to plug yourself into it by reading books about it or enjoying shows about it. But we seem to have a fascination with crime, police, any kind of gory stuff. We seem to be attracted to it, and especially from after dinner time until we go to bed, which is a time that is a good time to put in some positive things into your head. So, yeah, it's not about pretending that stuff doesn't exist, because I know some people say, oh, you just don't think about it and you don't focus on it. Yes, you still know it's there, but you just don't water that plant, so to speak, okay? And what you do is, instead of going, I'm not going to think about that, I'm not going to think about that, I'm not going to think about that, which is very hard to do, as a lot of you know, just saying to stop thinking about something just seems to make it stronger. It's about diverting your mind over to something else and giving your mind something else to do, because it loves to have something to do. For some reason, the mind, the brain, is geared to looking for things, to help fix things, to try and give you a commentary on everything you see, whether you're on the bus or whether you're at work or whether you're looking at someone's clothes that you don't like, there is always some running commentary on things. And so the power of distraction, give your mind something to do, give your mind something else to do, give your mind something else to do, which is what we do on this channel with doing affirmations, with doing meditations, with sending love to people, with correcting ourselves when we see that everyone is us pushed out, which I have talked about many times, and I will still talk about it because the concept's easy to understand, but the actual putting it into practice, when someone's done something to you, to actually go, hang on a minute, and remember that they are you pushed out, and not go, why are they doing that? And to train yourself to go to say, what is it in me that has created this in front of me? That takes some practice to withdraw away from the disappointment, from the anger, from the negative emotion of feeling fear, feeling abandoned, feeling unloved, feeling unwanted, whatever it is that you've got going on in that particular instance. So, yeah, happiness is a practice, Jose. I do really like your question because it's training your mind to keep going to something different. When you see something that makes you unhappy, see something you don't like, see something you don't want to have in your life, instead of yelling no at it, like, I don't know if any of you have seen The Secret, but they gave such a great visual of that where, there was the explanation of when you say yes to something, it comes rushing towards you because it's a focus-based universe. But when you yell no at something, it is still a focus-based universe, and that too comes rushing towards you. So those of you that haven't seen The Secret, if you can have a look at that, it's really well explained and really interesting to see exactly how that works. So, yeah, the point is, bringing this up is, don't yell no at stuff that you don't like. You withdraw your attention and you replace your attention onto something else that is more pleasant, that makes you feel better. Not because you want to be ignorant to what's going on in the world, but you don't need to pour petrol on a fire, have conversations about it, keep going on about how bad it is. More you say not very much, you pull yourself away, and you might send love to the situation, because you know that everything is us pushed out. And when something happens on a global scale, and I know not everybody will believe this, but it is a collective consciousness of us together that have created these events, because events too are us pushed out. It is a collection of our thinking, our feelings and beliefs in a town, in a city, in a country, and then in a continent, and then on the globe. So that collection then creates eruptions of things happening. So that's all I have to say for today. And yeah, for those of you that haven't watched The Secret, Rhonda Byrne is actually from Australia, where I'm from. I feel very proud of her. I think she did an amazing job. And her 3 books are amazing. I'm actually going to put the links to her work down in this YouTube for you to have a look at. And if I can find a link of The Secret movie, I will stick that down there as well. Lots of love to you, and thank you, Jose, for your question.